JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, man attacked by mob after shooting woman with fishing gun. The police in St. James are probing a case where an angry mob attacked a man who reportedly shot a woman with a fishing gun at the Charles Gordon Market. The 44-year-old, who is from Jericho district in Hanover, remains in hospital under police guard. Investigators say they are to speak with the injured woman to get her account of the events. The police say criminal charges may be brought against the man. The police report that about 3:10 p.m. on Thursday, a team was on patrol along a section of Lower Bevan Avenue in downtown Montego Bay when they came upon a group of about 5 men armed with machetes, sticks, and stones attacking the Hanover man. On seeing the cops approaching, the men ran from the scene. The police personnel then rushed him to the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where he was admitted with chop and stab wounds. It is reported that investigators later returned to the scene as part of a probe and were reportedly informed that the man taken into custody had earlier attacked a woman inside the Charles Gordon Market and shot her with a fishing gun. Collymore and co-accused for bail hearing June 30. Businessman Omar Best Collymore, who is accused of orchestrating the brutal murder of his wife, is scheduled to return to the Home Circuit Court on June 30, along with his 4 co-accused for a bail application. The date for the hearing was scheduled on Wednesday when the men appeared in court for a plea and case management hearing. Collymore and his 4 co-accused, Kerry Jonas, Shakila Edwards, Michael Adams, and Dwayne Pinks, were remanded. The accused men are charged in relation to the shooting death of 32-year-old Simone Campbell Collymore and a 36-year-old taxi operator Winston Watson, who were gunned down on Stanley Terrace in Red Hills, St. Andrew, on January 2, 2018. It is reported that the two had just arrived at an apartment building where Campbell Collymore lived when 4 men traveling on 2 motorbikes rode up. The 2 pillion passengers got off the motorbikes and opened fire on the taxi multiple times. Campbell Collymore, who was reportedly shot 21 times, and Walters both died on the spot. A day before her funeral, Omar Collymore was stopped at the Norman Mann International Airport in Kingston as he was attempting to leave the island. One of Collymore's co-accused, Wade Blackwood, who was one of the shooters in the incident, was sentenced on March 11 to 2 life sentences on 2 counts of murder and 8.5 years for illegal possession of a firearm. The sentences will run concurrently, and he will be eligible for parole after serving 35 years. In his social inquiry report, the 24-year-old killer said that he was threatened by 2 men to take part in the murder plot as a payment for a firearm that went missing during his brother's arrest, or he would be killed. Kennis Jackson's murder exposed the worst kind of evil among us, says Grange. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Grange, has condemned the murder of Kennis Jackson, whose body was found in Portmore, St. Catherine yesterday after she went missing on Wednesday. Grange said the murder of the young woman has shaken Jamaica, and we are all rightly angered and outraged by it. The horrific killing exposed the worst kind of evil among us, she declared. Preliminary report is that Jackson, a 20-year-old accounting clerk of Manchester Avenue, Independent City in Portmore, was abducted at a bus stop after she left home for work about 8 a.m. on Wednesday. The constable reported that about 7 a.m. Friday, a resident stumbled upon the body of the Portmore fishing village and summoned the police. Her body was found in a state of partial decomposition. We must get justice. Kennis cannot be just another victim, said Grange, adding, we can defeat evil by ensuring that the killer is brought to justice. Noting that a person of interest has been taken into custody, the minister applauded the police and asked for anyone with information that can assist their investigation to come forward. The police detained a 50-year-old mechanic in relation to the murder shortly after the body was found. Head of the St. Catherine South Police Division, Senior Superintendent Clive Blair, said the man is to be interrogated. The person who did this must be brought to justice. We need justice for Kennis, and we must redouble our efforts to protect the most vulnerable in our communities, including our women and children, said Grange.
The citizens of the country, Mr. President, are afraid of the government. You embrace the song called Government Badness and Joanness, not me. So you speak to the things you embrace, not me. Not me. I am also aware, Mr. President. No. No, but the pastor is just a exaggerated reality. It's not the first. It's not the first. Many who have criticized Mr. Holness have been arrested and publicized on the internet.
Mr. President, on a point of order. On a point of order.
I can give examples.
On a point of order, Mr. President.
Senator.
On a point of order, Mr. President. On a point of order, Mr. President, the senator is misleading the House, and he must withdraw those allegations. They are untrue. They are
Johnson Smith says opposition creating wrong narrative of government. Leader of government business in the Senate, Senator Kamina Johnson Smith, accused the opposition on Friday of trying to build a negative narrative around the performance of the government. Johnson Smith, who is also Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, was opening the debate on the amendments of the Disaster Risk Management Act, under which a number of fines were added as penalties for ignoring the COVID-19 protocols in public. We have recognized for some time now that the opposition has been seeking to build this narrative of the government as oppressive and trying to style the Prime Minister as a dictator or as an authoritarian, Johnson Smith said. However, she stated that although it is a narrative, the government recognizes that people in the type of democracy that Jamaicans celebrate, supported by a free media environment, have the right to protest, but whatever criticisms that are made about the government should be legitimate. She stated as well that despite the freedom to dissent, the government does not believe that any of the narrative being developed is true. We don't believe that the conduct of this government is reflective of these narratives. So we simply continue to address them with action and with facts and with a clear and focused leadership, said Johnson Smith. But responding to her introduction of the bills, Opposition Senator Damien Crawford turned around the argument when he told members that badness has been a feature of the government's approach to criticism, inciting a noisy uproar which almost brought the debate to a dramatic close. According to Crawford, the approach of the government in response to critique or dissent has made people afraid to respond to its actions as it has assumed an image of government badness. The citizens of the country are afraid of the government. Many who have criticized Mr. Andrew Holness have been arrested and punished, he said. Johnson Smith rose on a point of order that Crawford was misleading the Senate and should withdraw the allegations. They are untrue, they are baseless, and they should not remain in the records of this chamber, she said. When Crawford insisted on continuing, government member Charles Sinclair said that the arguments against the government had reached the stage where the president, Senator Thomas Tavares Finson, should use his authority under the standing orders to seek evidence of Crawford's claims or discontinue the presentation. As words passed between both sides of the House, another government senator, Don Webby, warned that the members should bear in mind the audience also. I've never done this before. This is my second term in the Senate, and I've never done this before. But we have to remember we have an international audience also. The statement is very damaging, not only for the Prime Minister, but to the country of Jamaica, Webby noted. Crawford said he wished to move on, but government senators insisted that he address the issues arising from his statement about the Prime Minister or withdraw the statement. Tavares Finson said that he was awaiting Crawford's decision, as he had already ruled that he was ascribing motive to the Prime Minister without producing evidence to support the argument. Leader of opposition business, Senator Peter Bunting, suggested that it was a statement of fact coming from Crawford, as people who have criticized the Prime Minister have ended up being arrested. However, he said that Crawford did not say that everyone who had criticized the Prime Minister has been arrested. Senator Sinclair said that nobody has ever been arrested for criticizing the Prime Minister, although people have been arrested for disobeying the COVID-19 protocols. Opposition Senator Lambert Brown said it could not be denied that some people who have criticized the Prime Minister have been detained by coincidence or otherwise. Eventually, Crawford put an end to the episode by informing the Senate that it was his intention to make it clear that as a nation, many were concerned about the resistance to criticism of the government. Whether the government side agrees or not, I had no intention, as it's been fabricated, to have impugned any motive upon the individual, Crawford said, as he withdrew the comment. The Senate passed the Disaster Risk Management Amendment Act, which introduces 10 new ticketed fines for breaches of the Principal Act. The act was made in response to the refusal of many Jamaicans to wear masks in public, stand 6 feet apart as physical distancing, and regularly sanitize hands to reduce spread by contact. 9 COVID deaths, 289 new cases. 9 additional COVID-19 deaths have brought Jamaica's virus death toll to 566 as the country recorded 289 new cases of the virus yesterday. The infection tally now stands at 37,747 cases, of which 19,906 are active. According to the Ministry of Health and Wellness, 4 of the deaths were recorded in St. Elizabeth, 4 in Kingston and St. Andrew, and 1 in Manchester. The St. Elizabeth deaths include 3 women, ages 82, 59, and 66, and 1 man, 92. In Kingston and St. Andrew, the deaths were 2 men, ages 69 and 93, and 2 women, ages 87 and 69, and in Manchester, an 89-year-old woman. Of the 289 new cases, there were 163 females and 126 males with ages ranging from 1 to 99 years. The new cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 92, St. Catherine 81, Clarendon 29, Manchester 24, Portland 21, St. Thomas and St. Elizabeth 13 each, Westmoreland 6, St. James 4, St. Mary 3, Hanover 2, and Trelawney 1. The country also recorded 168 recoveries, bringing the number of recoveries to 17,016. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember, subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.